My name is Campbell Miller. I'm here from Austin, Texas. We're in Seattle doing a Ballroomin blues primer, looking at a lot of different aspects of close embrace in our first hour. So we'll kind of go over a couple of things. So one of the things right here is that we're connecting in our torso. So if Katura and I were to jump up and land in a athletic posture, you're going to notice that our shoulders are slightly in front of our pelvis. And that means our torso is in front, and that's where we're connecting. We're not connecting really nice and low. We're up here, and as a leader, it's like my right suspender line is connected to her center line. So we're offset. You notice that our feet are interwoven, so we end up stepping on 4 different tracks, right? We don't share tracks. We get our own for our feet, okay? So there's a couple things in our embrace. We looked at our arms, trying to relax them. So often we're in a palm-to-palm position here, clasped handhold. This arm as a leader tends to be low and relaxed and around. We can sometimes start open and then fold in to kind of find that nook of the elbow. As a follow, she has options with her left arm. It can go near the shoulder, around. Depends on what we're doing as a partnership, but we're relaxing it so that we're really focused on the torso connection. Our step technique, we looked at driving through the floor. So pushing off the floor into the step and then swinging the leg to release it into a collection, right? Rather than reaching. So we worked on pushing and driving. We also looked at creating an up pulse. So letting our body feel like it's going up on the beat rather than singing down on the beat, which creates a different dynamic. So this is a little jazzier music. Up, 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 okay? Weights more on the balls of the feet. We looked at front of the space versus back of your space and trying to find and maintain that front of the space. When we're traveling, and if I'm going backwards as a leader, she's driving forward and I'm driving forward in my body to be able to match that, maybe even with no arms. The same going reverse. She's still driving that way. I'm driving this way, so we end up with this really strong connection. And I think a couple of us realized that we needed to strengthen up this area so that we're not overextending here and then changing the relationship between the elements of our torso. So we stay pretty strong in our center. Okay. So that was one part. We did redirections just briefly. So we've got 1, 2, 3 collect and 1, 2, 3 collect as an idea versus a 1, 2, 3 rock. A 1, 2, 3 rock. And I'm pushing off the floor, right? On that quicker redirection, it's pretty easy to lose connection here. So we've got the seatbelt arm that came in class 2, which the seatbelt arm comes up often in this circle or partnered pivot scenario, right? Because if we really accelerate, she's going to start to fly away with that centrifugal force. So I'm not squeezing in here, I'm just engaging my arm to prevent her from flying away. We both can power this, right? So I'm not dragging her around, we're both turning our own bodies. We did a promenade walkthrough in close embrace, so trying to stay as closed as possible to each other, creating space. So rather than thinking about arm leading it and rolling the connection to create space, we can either just close up or I can cut in front of her with partnered pivots. We'll show that again here. A 1, cross through, pivot around. Yeah. Then we did a turn, opening it up more, inside turn, catching the back, and leaders crossing the track. This could be led from closed position as well. But we started from embrace because that's where we were. 1, open up, turn it out, catch. We could reconnect in close embrace as well, which is kind of fun. Right here, right? And remembering that embrace is usually an invitation, and so I would never lead right into that unless I knew our embrace connection was really going to work and that we were both happy with it and happy dancing it. So let's say she and I are starting a dance, right? And I'm in a closed position. This is the etiquette of close embrace. I offer it, right, by creating this space, and then she completes it. And now we're both connected, right? It's a 50-50 connection. Versus if I offer it by moving this arm and creating a connection, she can just choose to move right back into that hand and say, closed position is what we've got right now, right? So that way, we're not feeling offended in any way. We're just both making a choice together as to what works for us in the moment. That's it. Thank you, guys.